What's up, YouTube? Today we are doing a fuel pump. On a 96 XJ. I believe 96, 97 was kind of the year of transition from the old square body to the newer square body. My mom has a 96 Cherokee Classic, so it has all the new drivetrain and ABS and all that stuff, but it's the old box body style. So this fuel pump setup will work in anything, I believe, in the 96 range, depending on which body type you have, all the way back to 80s. I don't know, I can't remember, it was like 82, 83, 85, something like that, that they started this body style. As long as it's a metal gas tank, and if you look underneath, the fuel pump is on the front of the tank, and then it does this weird like 90-degree down into the tank. As long as it's that metal gas tank style, this process will work. You can do it one of two ways. You can do it while it's in the vehicle, or you can do it by dropping the tank. With my mom's Jeep, she's got skid plates and receiver hitch, all that stuff that would require me to remove all that stuff before I could even get to the gas tank. And I'm just gonna do it because I can reach it from the underside without having to remove anything. I'm just gonna do it that way. So let me show you how that works. So first off, here's the fuel tank, or fuel pump, sorry. Comes in a couple pieces because the float's there. You gotta pre-assemble it yourself a little bit, pre-wired, all the good stuff. There's your metal. So it sits in there in the tank, basically like that. It's a little more, there you go. So this is your pickup right here. It's got a filter on it, and actually it has a little plastic piece in there to keep it from collapsing. This is your actual pump, so if you needed just the pump, you could do that, but I didn't want to deal with taking it apart and dealing with all that crap and, you know, having to do it multiple times. Plus, I don't know how old this pump and sending unit is on the vehicle, so I just said, screw it, we're gonna do a whole new setup. Now, I know with the older ones, like with my 89, there's actually an inlet and an outlet on there, so I need to check that, where, because the older ones, like the older Renix style, I believe it's the Renix style, sorry, my brain's not working yet this morning, it's a continuous flow pump, so it just always pumps. This looks like it might be controlled with the newer Bosch system, that it's just a pressure on demand setup, because usually you'll see that where it just has one outlet, and especially on newer cars, they're a pump on pressure on demand, so it'll just read the pressure in the tube in the system in the fuel lines, and then once it gets below a certain point, it'll command the pump on, it'll start running again, pressurize the line, and shut off, and then back and forth, where the older styles, they just run and constantly circulate the fuel back and forth. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see, but that's basically how they come. You gotta put them together a little bit. She ordered this off of Quadratech, and it showed up like this, and they give you a new gasket, so should be good to go. So I gotta crawl under there, show you guys what I'm talking about, and we will get it going. All right, so we're here underneath the Jeep, and there is your fuel pump access. So a lot of times if you lose your fuel level gauge, this is your ground for the sending unit. If that rusts off, you'll lose the signal to the needle and your other wires, and this does have only one output and input, so this pump should be the right one. Now, what you want to do, I already started this, especially because this vehicle is so rusty. I hosed all this down. I just soaked it all down in rust penetrant, let it sit for a few days. If you can see, this little tab here is actually all the way up over here. So I actually tried to make sure I could get this open yesterday before I left. And so basically it's just a lock ring. It's a twist lock ring. Don't hammer on these tabs because you'll break them off and then you will not have a stop. But basically this ring out here, this lip, is built into the tank this is your stop, and then you want to hammer off of these inner ones. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and then you just, whichever direction you want to go, you just hammer it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey until you get it off. So, just put a chisel there. You know, you want to not use metal on metal, sparks, all that good stuff by a gas tank, but this is first you want to make sure the tank is probably below half before you do anything, and so then you don't have fuel dumping out on you. And then as well, they recommend you use brass, but I don't care at this point. It's recommended to use a brass punch. I'm using these. I have brass punches, but I've always used these. I've even used air hammers before and have not had a problem. So anyways, just put it on here like that and tap it until it comes off. So, and that's how you get the pump out. So I got it started. I wanted to make sure I could get it off, and then I'm gonna undisconnect all the hose and connectors and all that good stuff. And I'm also gonna do the fuel filter while we're down here. I hose that down as well, and we shall see how this all goes. All right, so I gotta stop saying that. Okay, so anyways, we got the fuel filter out. It just sits there along the driver's rail on the inside, right by the rear bump stop up there, all good. Got it out. It's held in with 1 screw and with 2-piece clamp, which fell down somewhere back there. I got it. And then the filter, like if you saw earlier, sits in there like that and it's clamped in place. So with these filters, one inlet is bigger than the other. I don't know if you can tell, the one that you're looking at now is a little bit bigger than that one. So pay attention to that when you're taking it out. Plus, also on the end, it says out. So that side goes towards the engine, just in case you need some help with that. So we'll get this back in, undo the connector, get everything going again, and keep pressing forward. Oh, and these things hold a ton of fuel in them, so just be prepared that you'll get showered. All right. When you tap on that little collar long enough and far enough, there'll be these little tabs that were over here, will be all the way over here. And that's when you know you got it far enough and it'll come off. So now I should be able to just pull the pump out. I got the hoses and everything disconnected. There's a lot of fuel in the hose and the filter, so just be aware. I can't get the hose off of here because the clamp is rusted out and rounded off, so that might be fun. I might have to go to the store and get some more hose, but got the clamp off, got everything disconnected from the underbody, and we're gonna pull the pump out. Let's see, I'm gonna try and see if I can get the camera to work here so you can see me pull this out. All right, we're gonna see if this will work. Well, that's stuck in there pretty good. old gasket. And the crazy thing is these things look brand new when you take them out. But this one's probably, could be the original one for all I know. Oh shit. God damn it. There's a little rubber cap that goes right on the end of this, here. It just fell off into the tank, so now I gotta try and fish it out. That's gonna be fun. There you go, that's how you get it out. Just kind of wiggle it in, and down she goes. All right, there's this rubber piece on this pump that I'm not seeing on the old pump, and I thought I saw it fall off into the tank. I just spent the last 20 minutes with mirrors trying to look around inside the tank. Couldn't find anything. So I'm gonna go with either it was my brain playing tricks on me and I never had it, or it fell off and I just can't find it. It's rubber, it should float. I'm not too worried about it. But I guess we'll find out. Eventually at some point I'll probably have to drop the tank and then I'll dig it out. But we're gonna go press on and replace the fuel pump at this point. All right, we got the new one in. If you're running into issues with the lock ring rotating, pounding on one of the tabs, try another one, because sometimes when you're trying to push it and rotate it, actually shifts everything just a little bit and it'll bind. Then you hit the other one and it'll kind of start actually pushing it back the other way and allow it to rotate again. And also watch out for the ground here. These dumbasses, when they soldered this thing, put it way off to the side like that, and I'm kind of worried that I might have broke some of the wire or something. So we're gonna leave it as is for now and then finish up the rest of this stuff, and then I might have to come back and resolder it. I'm really kind of pissed about that. I actually had to bend this out because I put it so fucking far off to the side. So if you're watching Quadratech, fix that shit. Compared to with this one, it's straight up and down. The old one, it's straight up and down, where the new one, it's off, like fucking off this way. So we will see how this goes. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the wire, but I might have to go get a new hose because I got to get this hose off the clamp on the other side. On the old one is stripped out. I'm gonna see if I can get it off. So there we go. Almost done. Got the fuel pump in. Just have to put the filter in once I get the hose straightened out, and then we'll secure everything and call it a day.